Hey y'all, and welcome to a Crazy Sock Lady tutorial. My name is Kay, and in this tutorial I will be showing you how to fix a dropped stitch, both a knit stitch and a purl stitch. We're going to be starting here on this sock with a knit stitch. And you can see here I have my dropped stitch right down there. A dropped stitch can happen just if your needle or your stitch slips off of your needle and then drops down. And it will create this right here. So I'm going to show you two different ways that you can pick up your dropped stitch and get it back up on your needle. I have here a Susan Bates handy tool. I love using these. I will put a link down below for Amazon, and it'll have these there to where you can find them. They are perfect to just keep on hand. You can use this end for a cable needle if you needed, or just to hold some stitches. And then it also has this crochet hook over on this other end, and I love using this part of it for pulling these dropped stitches up. So let's take a look here. Down here you can see this loop. That is our stitch. That's as far as it's dropped down. You can always put a marker in here, a progress keeper, and hold on to that there so that it doesn't drop down any further. And then you can see all of these lines going across here. That tells us how many stitches we need to pick up. Each one of those lines is going to be a stitch we pick up. First, I'll show you with this handy tool how you can pick up your stitch. You're going to put the crochet hook end through the loop on the stitch, the lowest part there as far as it dropped down. Then you're going to go under this next line, and you're just going to pull that through, and that's one stitch picked up. Then you can pull that down and look for the next line going across. Put the crochet hook under that line and pull it through the loop. That's two. Show you one more time with the crochet hook, and then I'll show you just with the two knitting needles. Put it under the next line, pull it through. Now, if you just want to use your knitting needles, you certainly can. I find if it's dropped down pretty far, or if there's a mistake and I have to drop a stitch down to fix it, it's easier when it's further down to use this handy tool. But if it's just a couple of stitches down, it's pretty easy to use your knitting needles. So you just want to you have your right needle, put the loop over on that right needle. And again, you just want to look at those lines, find the lowest one, go under it, and then you can use your left needle here to help you out. You want to pull the first loop over the line you just went under. I'll show you one more time. We have our loop here, and then the line that we need to go under. Then we're going to take our left hand needle, grab that loop, and pull it over the line. And then that has not been knit yet, so we need to transfer it over to our left hand needle. So that is how you fix a knit stitch. I'm also going to show you how to fix a purl stitch, and I will meet you back here to do that on the cuff of a sock. Now I'm going to show you how to fix a dropped purl stitch. So as you can see here, I'm working on the cuff of a sock. I've got knit 2, purl 2 ribbing, and right here I've dropped a stitch. So I'm going to show you how to fix that first with our Susan Bates handy tool. And then I will show you with your knitting needles. So for fixing a knit stitch, we came from the front. For fixing a purl stitch, we're going to come from the back. I always find that for me, picking up a purl stitch when it's been dropped it's not hard, it's just a bit trickier. I have to always remember to come from the back of the work. So here is our dropped stitch right here. So we want this to be worked back up from the back. So I'm just coming from the back of the work and putting my needle, or my crochet hook, excuse me, through that stitch and pulling it to the back. Then again, we have all of these strands here, these lines going across, and that is how many stitches we need to pick up. We first want to start with our bottom stitch. We just want to take, I'm going to turn it this way a little, so maybe it's a little bit easier to see. We want to take our crochet hook and grab that, just go under it and pull it through. Basically, if you want to flip it inside out and look at the knit side, you're just going to be knitting it from the back. But then you're going to be going under and pulling it through, under and pulling it through. Now I will show you with your knitting needles. We just have 2 more strands here that we need to pick up. So we're going to go to the bottom strand and we're going to take our right needle. We have the loop on our right needle. Go to the bottom strand and put our right needle under that strand. Then we're going to take our left needle. We're going to grab the loop, not the strand we just picked up, the loop, and pull it over the strand. We just have 1 more strand to pick up here. We're going to put our right needle under that. And then again, we come back and grab the loop and pull it over that strand. And you can see there, we've picked up all of our purl stitches. And sometimes when you've dropped a stitch and then you pick them back up, the fabric can look a little stretched out there, but don't worry about that. If you just kind of mess with a little bit, and then as you continue further on into your project, that'll all clear itself up and it'll even right back out, especially if it's something that you're blocking at the end. So I hope that this tutorial was helpful for how to fix dropped stitches. Thank you guys so much for watching.